What it do, flight crew? FTC. Flight team stand up! Hey, man, we back on the man Patrick CC, man. We can't be sleeping on these types of videos. We got a so fresh, so clean kind of educational. Why fast food sucks now? Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like over the past like 5 or 10 years, which honestly, it could be a good thing if you think about it because, bro, you're not supposed to be eating fast food to begin with. It's actually really bad. There's all types of scientific studies. We all know that we don't have to go down a whole laundry list. With that being said, bro, there have been losing a certain type of nostalgic feeling with a lot of these fast food joints. Like even, bro, you go to the Taco Bell like early 2000s, bro, or like a McDonald's or a Burger King, or even a Wendy's, bro. I just feel like ever since Wendy's like changed their remember when they had like the yellow bags, bro? I ain't even gonna lie, Wendy's was like top 3, even like regular food. You know what I'm saying? When they used to have the yellow. But hey, man, we're gonna see what the man Patrick CC talking about.
I'm going to show you a few different modern fast food locations with the look.
Last quiz, you guys actually passed. So with that being said, there still is actually going to be a quiz this Friday, unfortunately. I know. Just let it out. Relax. But I'm not going to make it too difficult. You know what I'm saying? There should at least be a B passing rate with this one. All right?
Logo's removed, and I want to see if you can guess which restaurant it is. Here is number 1. That is Panda Express. Here is number 2.
All right, so I ain't going to lie. I was going to say something else. But besides the fact, I know I'm going to probably be like babbling a lot. And mind you, you can always watch the original video if you just want to watch it straight through. Bro, when it comes to fast food, bro, it's like a certain type of nostalgic thing that it has to it. You know, so I'm going to be explaining all types of different ways. And also it doesn't help because your boy just hit the dust. So maybe the, munchies could be hot possibly. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. Bro, I'm going to be honest. I didn't really get into Panda Express until like after like 2016, 2017. I was super late. So can anybody let me know, first of all, like, how was the Panda Express back then, like the 2000s, or was it around in the 90s as well? Did it taste different compared to how it is now? I want to be
That is Arby's.
I'm not gonna lie, the Arby's hate has to stop.
Panda Express. Here's number 2. That is Arby's.
Bro, stop acting like Arby's don't smack. You know what I'm saying? If you get the right location, you know what I'm saying? I've had Arby's a cool little 7-8 times throughout my life, bro, and I ain't been disappointed once. I think the most of the time I've had Arby's was through the airport. I forgot which airline or airport has it. I don't know if I was leaving through the Orlando airport, South Florida airport, and they could have maybe built them more like throughout the years and stuff, throughout all different types of parts. Or maybe it was a Texas one. I don't know. But, like, nonetheless, bro, like, you get that number 1, just some simple-ish. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I can't really vouch for the other menu items. But, bro, just a plain... Oh, yeah, I've also had it in, like, ATL a few times. When I used to be at ATL hella, like, back then. Bro, yeah, you get the number 1 with just, like... Bro, come on. You're welcome. And just ask them to make it fresh, too. You know what I'm saying? It's a sleeper. You know what I'm saying?
Here's number 3. That is Burger King. Here's
Burger King, man, lost hella aura through the years. Hey,
here's number 3.
I'm not gonna be Hollywood though. I still fuck with Burger King. You know what I'm saying? I don't respect people that be like, oh, who's keeping Burger King in business, bro? Stop adding like the Whopper with no onion, add cheese, tomato, lettuce. Don't slap, bro. Like, stop playing. You know what I'm saying? Or if you want to keep it simple, you just get like the double cheeseburger. You know what I'm saying? I used to get that. I didn't start getting to the Whopper until I turned like mid-teens and stuff, bro. Or sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, the chicken tenders and the nuggets, I don't know what happened. They actually used to be so good in the 2000s, and I'm actually genuinely pissed that Burger King, maybe that's why people be dissing Burger King like that, because you gotta remember there's some chicken tender eaters like anywhere you go. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I fuck with chicken tenders heavy. But, bro, Burger King definitely, I don't know what happened. They used to have some good-ass chicken tenders and nuggets back then, bro, early 2000s, bro. Like, and I don't know how it was for the 90s. So I don't remember the taste buds. Your boy was like 2-3 years old or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hold them jokes in. Hey, people want to be like, oh, how you should remember, bro. You were in the 40s and the 50s. But nah, all jokes aside, bro. I don't know how long Burger King been around, bro. But nah, they used to have some really good chicken, bro. But nah, nonetheless, the burgers and the Burger King, the way they taste, they're 100% top 3 burgers. If you want to even put it in the regular burger category too, outside of fast food joint. That charred taste, open Floyd, foil brill, whatever they call it, bro, that they advertise. Yo, that's some good-ish.
Burger King. Here is number 4.
Wendy's?
That is Wendy's.
Bro, Wendy's had the yellow bag logo back in the day, bro. I don't know why they took that out. Ever since Wendy's, I'm not. This is another one I won't be Hollywood on. I still fuck with Wendy's like occasionally. You know what I'm saying? If that's like some Wendy's be open like hella late and it be coming in clutch. But bro, when they had the yellow bag, bro, it just hit different back in the day. Bro.
Fast food restaurants in America have completely lost their identity.
I ain't gonna lie, like I don't really. The only thing that changed with Taco Bell personally to me is some of the menu items do be like random and seasonal or whatever. Not outside of that, but like the look of Taco Bell. Taco Bell used to have like a certain look to it, if you know what I'm talking about. I think we reacted to a video like that way months back ago or whatever. But bro, yeah, it used to have some type of a look to it. Now it's just like they're just making it too plain and putting no effort. But I ain't gonna lie, Taco Bell, low key, their longevity has to be studied. And I will say it does depend on location you go to and how much you kind of like pitch in, like, hey, can you make this, you know, my food fresh type stuff. But no, I ain't gonna lie, it been low key consistent. Like I ain't gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? Like
Identity, but
Chick-fil-A, obviously, like, I ain't gonna lie, certain things and items on Chick-fil-A have like been going crazy, like bad. Like the fries used to be way better. I don't know what they're doing in the fries now. Like certain items, we already know.
Doesn't stop at these soulless gray buildings. Fast food.
Yeah, McDonald's. This is crazy, bro. They used to be so.
It's their identity,
bro,
but it doesn't stop.
They used to be so artistic, bro. Like with the McDonald's back in the day, bro. I remember, like as a kid, bro, I used to go to the McDonald's playground and stuff like that, bro. Like. Just the look outside, like they had the Ronald McDonald, bro. Like it's just like you just tell they're just only down to get a bag now. Like you feel me? Like this is just crazy. This is actually. I wish he had some before and after pictures too, of like older. You know how these joints look, but it's
these
all good. Y'all
soulless
know what
gray
they look
buildings.
like.
Fast
If he
food
was
used
around.
to be cheap, tasty, and most important, these soulless gray buildings. Fast food used to be cheap.
Bro, you could get a quarter pounder back in the day for 70 cents.
Tasty, and most importantly, fast. And on top of that, the experience used to be fun.
Look at that. I'm glad he put the before and after. But now, I ain't gonna lie.
And most importantly, fast. And on top of that,
this looked like some 1970s, maybe. Maybe they correct me if I'm wrong. I never seen a McDonald's look like that when I was growing up. But you see what I'm talking about. Look at the creativeness, bro. Like McDonald's, do y'all recognize that if you go back to making something looking like that, bro, your sales will boost just off. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I'm choosing, if a McDonald's, if I'm driving past down the street, or let's say you on a road trip, or whatever, bro, you motherfucking drive past down this, bro, yo, forget about In-N-Out, forget about Whataburger, forget about these other, man, forget about this, like, actual real restaurant food, bro, I'm going to this. For real. They're like personally, and it's crazy because, like, you shouldn't really think, you should actually think about, obviously, like, what's going to be the best decision, deliciousness or whatever the case was. And also, I mean, you can't really get healthy with the burger unless you go, like, vegan or whatever. But, like, bro, it's just like visually appealing. It's like graphics when you're comparing it to like a video game, bro. Like, sure, we all care about the gameplay when it comes down to similar with food. We all care about how it actually tastes. But, bro, sometimes that artwork be helping too, dog. Like,
the experience used to be fun. Today, the color is gone. The prices for a meal are almost the same as a regular restaurant, and the service is slower than ever.
That is actually crazy, bro. Yo. The most unhealthiest food you getting for almost.
But this did not happen by accident. In fact, it's all by design. And today I'm going to break down why fast food today is colorless, expensive, and slow. And while it might sound like all hope is lost, there is something you can do to change it. And if enough of us do that, we just might be able to return to the glory days.
Really?
Modern American fast food buildings are the perfect representation of the soul that's been sucked out of the industry.
Right.
What used to be these creative architectural fun houses have transformed into sterile gray boxes that are severely lacking identity. Some of them kind of look like modern homes, some of them look like banks, some of them just look like corporate offices. Kind of look like modern homes, some of them look like banks.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, that actually kind of looks fly for the Taco Bell. That looks like something out of like 2037 or 2040, but
some of them just look like corporate offices, but when you remove the logo, you genuinely could not tell what restaurant it was.
Right.
Compare that to what this architectural illustrator posted on Reddit. Even without the logos, you can still tell which building belongs to each fast food brand.
Yep.
Or can you? I'll see if in the comments one of you gets all 12 correct. Early fast food brand.
Let me see this. We gotta cook. We about to cook. All right? Now, y'all don't lie. You know what I'm saying? Let me know if you get all of them right now. All right, we just don't go through. I'm not going to make it too long. Pizza Hut. Is this Fridays? You know that one restaurant Fridays? It's got to be Friday. You remember? Yeah, the Fridays restaurant. It has to be McDonald's, White Castle. Damn, this is hard right here. I ain't gonna cap. Nah, this ain't all fast food, Patrick. Come on. Is this Golden Corral? This gotta be In-N-Out. Hold up. I know bro. I've had it hella times when I used to be back and forth to ATL, bro. Zaxby's sleeper. This gotta be a Zaxby's right here. Where my mouse is at. Man, this getting difficult. I ain't gonna lie. Had a little bit too much chip on the dip. This gotta be. This ain't fair. I'ma just say Cane's. Checkers. Checkers is a sleeper too. And Checkers is also location based too, by the way. I ain't gonna cap. You gotta be careful because sometimes, bro, if you go to the wrong Checkers, you don't get food poisoning. I will say Checkers got the best fries out of any fast food joint. I think them and McDonald's, when the fries is fresh and hot, they're the best fries. This joint right here. Papa John's. Steak and Shake right here. This gotta be Steak and Shake. I used to work at Steak and Shake. If you know, you know. And then this one right here. This gotta be Bojangles. You know what's actually genuinely crazy? I never had Bojangles, I think. I never had Bojangles. Bojangles, I believe, is like a Carolinas, like Memphis area type. They don't got it in Florida. And then correct me if I'm wrong, they do have it in Florida. They didn't have it in West Palm Beach. Like not when I grew up. At least I didn't see. But yeah. Let me know if y'all got them all right. And let me know which all the right ones is in the comments.
Or can you? I'll see if in the comments one of you gets all 12 correct. Early Taco Bell locations.
Taco Bell used to look like this? Bro, what is the fast food industry doing, dog? Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Now that I think about it, bro, now tell me if I'm actually tripping. I think fast food joints, somebody in the government probably wanted to make and hear me out. This actually, I feel like I'm cooking right here. I'm about to say. I feel like the government made fast food joints look less visually appealing, like how they make it look now, where it's like gray, black, and soulless and stuff like that. Because, bro, look at this, dog. I'll be eating fast food 7 days a week. Look how creative this looks. Like dead ass, look how creative this looks, bro. This is a 15 out of 10. Yo, and I ain't gonna lie. See, this is why I want to also like eventually down the line. We're already like, you know, obviously within the, you know, the tree industry and stuff like that with like, you know, making a strain. The next step obviously is to open my own like dispensary and stuff on top. But outside of that lane, I definitely want to step into like opening up like a food business or something like that, or just like maybe owning a few like either fast food joints or restaurants. I've kind of hinted about this over the years. But like I really want to get into it, like if I find like the right, you know what I'm saying, person and do the best research I can and stuff like that. Bro, yo, I would literally make the same design and put it in like a few specific locations. Somebody's gonna take this idea, but you already heard where it came from first. I'll put it in a few, maybe like 7 or 10 exclusive locations across the US, bro. And like a really high touristy hot area or whatever. Yo. Because this right here makes me want to pull up right now. Even though we know it's still going to be fast food and it's not the best option to have. Bro, this looks fly. I'm not going to lie. This is fly, right? This is the reason why I'm so like ecstatic about this. Vocab word reacts. I've never seen this before. They didn't have this when I was growing up. It was more like, you just gotta look at what the early 2000s Taco Bell looks like.
Were designed to evoke the look and feel of traditional Spanish and Mexican style architecture. The original buildings featured stucco walls.
This is nice too. And like even little stuff like that. You see how they have like, you know what I'm saying, the burritos, tacos, like, bro, they need to like bro, this is just creative, bro.
Red clay tile roofs, exposed wooden beams, and arched entryways. Now, you get a gray box with a modern purple LED.
This is crazy, dog. That is just... Like I said, man, I just know the government did that from the last transformation to this transformation, so less people can go to fast food and people can't be sitting up there blaming, oh, like, y'all just making us trying to eat the worst food and stuff like that. Maybe, but like,
D-Light, Pizza Hut's red roof became such an iconic part of their design that now when a new business takes over the building and attempts to redesign, everyone knows it used to be a Pizza Hut. But today's Pizza Hut, yep, another gray box. Crazy. McDonald's used to have these big glowing arches
Bro, that stuff looks fly.
Could see from a mile away. I was surprised to find out that there are still a few locations that maintain that 1960s vintage look. Take this Bloomington, Minnesota location, for example.
That's
it
nice.
Still has the massive arches on each side, the red and white striped bricks around the edges, and red outline gives it this cartoonish but welcoming vibe. But sometime in 2023, they decided to get rid of all that charm and paint it gray. During McDonald's nationwide boom in the 1970s, they made a major rebrand to build locations faster. The red mansard roofs with the yellow accents that were supposed to resemble...
You know what? That key word that he just said... I think that's probably another reason why. Maybe that's because it's just like niggas are just trying to get a quick money grab. On top of that, you know what I'm saying? And they can just, it's faster to just make a plain gray and black building. You know what I'm saying? And I have a feeling, Patrick, you know what I'm saying, it's probably going to be like, this probably takes longer to build because of the, design.
French fries is what most people remember visiting throughout their childhood. There are still a few locations out there that haven't been modernized. This one in Dunedin, Florida looks absolutely beautiful with the palm trees and the bright blue sky. Or check out this stunning Durham, North Carolina location.
That looks nice.
This photo was taken in 2021, but it looks like we took a time machine back to 1993.
Right, that looks fly right there, man.
Sadly,
see, bro, that's why I always be like messing with like the South and stuff, bro. They got a lot of like vintage like stuff, and like sometimes out in the middle of like random places in nowhere and stuff like that. Like in the US, like they just have that vintage look, bro. Everything's becoming too Futurama looking. They gotta chill.
This one was also painted entirely gray in 2024. Even this location outside of Disney.
Oh, that is fly, bro. That is fly, bro. That is fly right there, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
World looked like a theme park of its own, and I'm sad to admit that this creative masterpiece has been replaced by what looks like a corporate headquarters. Now, one of the main reasons behind the gray box trend is that it's a safer, smarter real estate investment. This strategy leans heavily on modular construction and prefab standardized architecture. When a previous brand needed a very specific build-out, which usually came down to their custom roofs, it just cost more. And in a way, they're also preparing for their imminent failure, because these vague buildings can be transformed into just about any other business.
Bro, that just sounds so depressing, bro. He basically was just like the whatever fast food restaurant, just in case, because they think they're gonna fail most likely. It also is easier to just rebuild something because it's just a gray black, scale building.
In New Jersey, this Wendy's was transformed into a Burger King. In Missouri, this old Burger King was turned into a Wendy's. This former Taco Bell KFC combo was turned into a local pharmacy.
What?
And this former Arby's...
That's real bad, bro. How you have a KFC and Taco Bell connected like that, bro?
Taco Bell KFC combo was turned into a local pharmacy. And
really not smart too. There's too much choices, so maybe
this former Arby's is now a local pizzeria. And to no surprise at all, the local pizzeria made a more charming and visually interesting design. Now, my favorite is when chains actually do the opposite of this, when they repurpose an old building, like this old bank in Wilmington, North Carolina that was transformed into a Dunkin' Donuts. It's undeniably smarter and probably more sustainable to build buildings that can outlive the brand inside them, which will in turn reduce waste and provide opportunity to future businesses. But there's just something sad about it too. Each restaurant lost all its character. But it's not just the exterior that lost its character. The interior is where many of these places thrived. Stepping inside used to feel like entering a little world of its own. Taco Bell had these purple and teal Art Deco chairs, textured wall tiles, and neon squiggles that felt like walking through a 90s arcade. People today would probably call this tacky, and they might not be wrong, but damn, it has an identity. But before we dive deeper, the other day I wasted hours trying to cancel all those subscriptions I forgot about. Luckily, today's sponsor Rocket Money is here to help. Rocket Money is your and free. Wendy's had an immaculate 1970s grandma aesthetic.
Dog, Wendy's, why did y'all change this? See, it has to go back to what I said too, bro. Imagine, bro, Wendy's looking like this right now, bro. Yo, nobody would be eating anything organic or real food, bro. Like, This is actually really bad. Like, bro, I deadass will be in here like 4 times a week. Just look, bro. Imagine you be like, hey, we gonna go to Wendy's tonight on a date. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't actually, you know what I'm saying, bash a dude if they want, even if they do. Like, hypothetically speaking, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing absolutely wrong with that whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, the person, whoever it is you taking out, should always love you for who you are at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, you guys, at the end of the day, still get the joke. Like, you're taking it out to a fast food restaurant. But, bro, this deadass looks like a whole restaurant. This is exquisite, bro. Like, bro.
Wood-paneled walls, stained glass lamps hanging above every table, plush burgundy booths, and soft yellow lighting that made it...
Wow, bro, that looks fly.
Feel more like a cozy living room than a fast food joint. And these sunrooms? Dude, these sunrooms absolutely ripped. Pizza Hut felt like a legit sit-down restaurant.
I remember when Pizza Hut looked like this.
With thick carpeting, red vinyl booths, and those iconic Tiffany-style lamps that turned every meal into a dimly lit occasion. McDonald's had burger seats. Look at these...
I don't remember the burger seats growing up. I think this was like a 90s, 80s, 70s thing, maybe?
Burger seats. Are they a little terrifying? Sure, but I think we can all agree that we want them back. And when management started encouraging a more kid-friendly atmosphere, almost every franchisee built massive playgrounds and indoor sets packed with massive tubes, nets, and ball pits to play in while the adults got to enjoy their meal. However, for years, McDonald's had been dealing with injury lawsuits where kids hurt themselves climbing around rope ladders and monkey...
What? I didn't even know that. And this is going on in 99. So that's why they stopped mostly with the playground. I didn't even know that. I mean, bro, that's low-key an easy lawsuit. You think about it. Like, you know, you sitting there eating and stuff like that. And it's sad because there's so many ways that they can, like, low-key go about it. They can just be like, oh, like, he just had some food and your food maybe was too greasy or something and it caused him to slip on the playground. Yeah, it's just too much of a liability, man. Damn, nah, bro. I ain't get not one injury when I used to be a kid and play on the McDonald's playground, or Burger King had a playground too. I forgot which playgrounds were the better ones. I think, McDonald's probably had more, yeah.
Bars. In a 5-year span alone from 1986 to 1991, 1,500 injury claims were filed against McDonald's when kids fell off their equipment or got trapped in one of their structures.
What?
Hundreds, if not thousands of injuries went unreported, and not to mention the sanitation concerns. Even as a kid, I knew those things were filthy.
Yeah, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I had to wash my hands like 2 or 3 times. Bro, how my voice cracking at the age of 30? Bro, look, all jokes aside, bro. I remember when I was finished playing on that play, bro, I had to wash my hands like 2-3 times, bro. Hand sanitizer, the hand sanitizer wipes, bro. I ain't gonna lie, them things was dirty, low-key, but I still had fun.
Some places have still tried to hang on to that old-school charm well into the 2020s. I found this 1950s retro diner-inspired McDonald's location in Williamsburg, Virginia. They have a whole-ass 1957...
Bro, I remember they had the car, the classic cars, and just that little classic 1970s disco era type of look. Bro, that was fly, bro. And I ain't gonna lie, that made the food kind of taste a little bit better, bro.
Chevy on the inside just parked in the middle of the restaurant. This beautiful time capsule location was, you guessed it, grayed out and turned into another modernized hospital cafeteria a few years ago.
Crazy,
a location in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn was redesigned to a 1980s theme for a Marvel movie, and to no surprise at all, everyone loves it. And even though it still doesn't look like a true time capsule, it's just enough retro and modern combined to give the place a lot more soul. And if you're watching this and you have a fast food location near you that still has some old school charm, drop it in the comments because I want to see. But the blueprint for the modern fast food gray box, the minimalism, the neutral tone textured wallpaper, the IKEA chairs that hurt to sit in, the inoffensive abstract art, the dim industrial lighting, it can all be blamed on Chipotle. Chipotle's early 2000s expansion marked a turning point in the fast food industry. Their concept was called fast casual. You still got your food quickly, but the experience felt more elevated. The menu was simple, the ingredients were marketed as fresher, and the interiors ditched the kid-friendly chaos in favor of something more modern. Because of this, they were able to charge a higher price, and teenagers, college kids, and young professionals were more than willing to pay. But they weren't just paying for vibes. Those 2010s Chipotle burritos were massive.
Hell yeah, bro. I remember when I first had Chipotle, like when it was really like nobody knew what it was at all, bro. Like, I'm talking as early, I think like 2009, 10-ish, something like that, bro. Yo, and I ain't gonna lie, it used to really like, bro, it's weird. With me, because I just know like a lot of people love Chipotle, especially like the gym type of people and everything like that. I'm assuming, you know, I just feel like there's way better, not even just healthier options, but just better options. Just be honest, I always felt like after like 2014, 15, when I got like a really bad food poisoning from Chipotle, bro, like I ain't look at it the same after that, dog. Like I like tell me if I'm trimming. To me, Chipotle is only good if you have it like 3 to 6 times a year. Like I probably had it about 4 times this year, so I'll probably have it 2 more times before the end of the year. But that's just personally to me, bro. Like, and yes, I do like actually go there. I know Chipotle is not something you're supposed to DoorDash and stuff. Like, trust, like, it just doesn't hit after like 2014, 15 to me. Like, that's just personally me.
Get at least 2 servings of food for one price, which made it comparable to 2 fast food trips. Chipotle's success came at a time when McDonald's and other giants were on a rapid decline. In 2003, McDonald's stock price fell to a 9-year low, and in Q4 of 2023 was the first net loss in profits they ever had, losing $344 million. Woo! Public pressure around junk food intensified during this period. The Super Size Me documentary further tarnished the company's brand. The doc followed Morgan Spurlock, who ate at McDonald's restaurants 3 times a day
I mean, yo, I remember when my mom put me on to this movie because it gave me an idea of like to be careful, like no matter how hard you work and stuff in life, take care of your body and just don't abuse it with fast food often and everything like that. But bro, I ain't gonna lie, he exposed the hell out the the fast food industry. I was about to say music industry. He exposed the hell out the fast food industry, bro. Like. And to be honest, he did kind of go a little bit overboard because if you're being real, like, bro, if you're eating not even just McDonald's 3 times a day, but fast food 3 times a day, like actual fast food 3 times a day. I'm not talking about like if you go to the gas, because I understand like if you're on the road and stuff like that, your work, you don't got like time and stuff that not everybody does. But bro, you can always go to the gas station and get like a Smucker's or a PB&J type of a sandwich or whatever. That's not fast food. Like actually legitimate fast food like McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's. Bro, if you are eating that in any given circumstance 3 times a day, there is something mentally ill with you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he did kind of go overboard because nobody on earth, I can maybe see 2 times max. You know what I'm saying? You're moving out somewhere, you're driving through the road across the country. You have maybe the fast food breakfast and then like the dinner later in the day because you just had no other option. And that's on some rare blue moon stuff. But bro, to say every day you're eating that, bro, that alone I feel like caused McDonald's stock to drop. Because he did expose so much stuff,
for a
bro.
month, consuming every item on the chain's menu at least once. At the end of the experiment, the 32-year-old had gained 24.5 pounds, a 13% body mass increase, increased his cholesterol to dangerous levels, and became the proof the media needed to paint fast food as the face of America's obesity crisis. So while McDonald's scrambled to repair its image, Chipotle was thriving, offering a cleaner, simpler, healthier experience that looked and felt like the opposite of everything fast food had become. In response, McDonald's started the Forever Young campaign to transform the playground feel into a cafe-style space. What resulted was a push for a more contemporary aura, accented by terracotta, olive, and gray colors paired with wooden furniture. Of course, other fast food restaurants saw this change and followed suit. I also believe that the success of Starbucks and maybe even the Apple Store had a big impact on the aesthetics of fast food chains. Starbucks proved that people would pay a premium price to hang around in a space that felt upscale. And Apple taught the entire retail world that an ultra-minimalist design could signal trust and quality.
I mean, bro, like, we gotta keep it about food, though. Like,
seemingly every fast food chain takes a little bit of inspiration from Chipotle, Starbucks, and the Apple Store, which has majorly contributed to them losing what made them special in the first place. Fast food restaurants were meant to be bold, fun, and kid-friendly, or even calm and cozy sit-downs for the family. But designers Lynn Rosenbaum and Michael Muchoff told the YouTube channel Cheddar that the design choices are nothing more than a marketing tactic.
We have to be perceived as new and fresh and offering food that is new and fresh. What has changed within our restaurants? We want to communicate that to the customer on the outside, and the easiest way to do that is through architecture and interior design.
How can we make it look healthier, but not actually make it healthier?
Oops.
That's basically the gist. I don't think any logical person is expecting fast food to be healthy, but the risk used to be worth the reward. Because beyond the building design and modern branding, it seems like they aren't even trying to make the food look or taste good anymore. The burgers aren't even close to as advertised, with buns flat as a pancake and lettuce that looks like it was...
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. Whataburger is somewhat good. It's okay good. I remember when I first had it in 2018, bro. I was actually genuinely shocked that they would actually give a burger late. They don't give a flying fuck, my nigga. This is actually yo, bro. It literally looks exactly like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even understand. Like, bro, you guys can just get like a brioche bun. You know what I'm talking about? Them type of soft looking buns and stuff. Bro, I can make a burger better than this with one hand. But hey, it's still good if you got the munchies. You gotta have the I ain't gonna lie, you gotta have the munchies. To eat this genuinely sober, there's something wrong with you. I'm gonna be 1,000 with you, all right? If you willingly can eat Whataburger sober, there's gotta be something, because there's so many other options to get, bro. Like, they literally are laughing at you behind the desk that you went out your, like, bro, look at this, bro. But it's still good. I'm not gonna be Hollywood on it. If it was open right, if the only thing open right now, obviously everything I'm saying is a troll, and I happen to be so, bro, I'm gonna go and get it. What are we talking about? Like, bro, like even the ketchup, bro. How do you have ketchup that is red and you have it blacked out, or it's supposed to be spicy? Okay, I know they had spicy ketchup, but bro, like. This is funny as hell,
Places
bro.
like KFC refuse to change the oil in their fryers, so you can't even taste the chicken anymore. And those
It's crazy. KFC used to be so good back then.
So-called crispy fries you ordered looked like they were defrosted, placed under a heat lamp, and served without anyone noticing they missed a crucial step.
I will say, if you get them hot, Burger King fries is a sleeper, though.
Legendary YouTuber The Report of the Week, who has spent the past decade reviewing fast food menu items, just about had a meltdown over the decline in quality and service across every big chain in the US after countless bad experiences in 2023.
Instances not as bad as this, but where there have been problems with my order, with the quality, it's just elapsing more and more. And it's not just Culver's. It's every place. McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Taco Bell, you name it. There have been so many places, and I'm sure you've noticed this, that I've reviewed in the last couple years, where the food has just been awful. It's quite frankly disgusting. I hate when this happens, and what bothers me even more is when it's becoming more and more of the norm. When I'm trying out these sorts of items, and time and again, it's some burnt piece of garbage. It's some just vile slop, for lack of a better word. And it's getting to the...
Bro, vile slop.
Right now, with pretty much every other
this guy's
item
funny,
that I review, is just, it's disgusting in some way or another. Or it's just so overpriced that it might be alright, but it's like you're burning your money. What's even the point?
But even if fast food companies lost the fun, lost the undeniable guilty pleasure taste, at least it's still cheap, right? Nope. Chick-fil-A, Arby's, Wendy's, Jimmy John's, Chipotle, Taco Bell, Popeyes, and McDonald's all raised their prices.
I know I messed up, bro. I forgot Popeyes in the damn how I gonna forget Popeyes?
55 to 100% between 2014 and 2024. Most of us can remember a time where $5 could fill you up at most restaurants. Maybe you'd snag a couple of grillers or a fill-up box from Taco Bell, a McDouble, McChicken, and fries, a famous bowl from KFC, and even if you wanted to get full
I never
meals,
had a KFC
you'd still
bowl.
spend less than $10. What I found shocking is that Columbus, Ohio has the most affordable fast food in the country, but meals still cost $10 on average. Most cities average $12 to $13 for a fast food meal, and I can say with certainty, at least where I live, that there are plenty of local restaurants serving way better food for $13. Some McDonald's
they low-key trying to tell you to just go and get the real organic food if you want to live longer, bro. It's crazy that they'll subliminally say that, but us as people, and yes, I'm saying us, don't act like you perfect, don't act like you still don't eat fast food, all right? Yes, I said us. It's crazy that us as people still will go out the way and go get some fat. Like, even tonight, I'm probably going to have some McDonald's, bro. I'm not even going to cap. Quarter pounder with cheese, no onion, 10-count nugget, barbecue sauce, some sweet and sour, maybe a high C orange or a Sprite large fry. Oh man, that sounds good right now.
Were charging as high as $18.
But that'll probably end up being about $24. I could go to Chili's and get What is the thing that Little Dippers, bro? Them things is good as hell. I can get that if I pull up and go like to go type shit around the same price, and it's still obviously not organic and healthy. I mean, it's maybe something like that, organic, whatever, but it's not healthy at the end of the day from the options on it. But it's way better than getting McDonald's.
For a Big Mac meal. In 2024, the McDonald's president Joe Erlinger attempted to address many of the concerns that Americans had.
How often you think, so he's a McDonald's president, that's cool. How often do you think that Joe Erlinger eats McDonald's? It would be funny as hell if he eats it like 2 or 3 times a year, bro, and he's just eating straight, healthy, home-cooked meals, bro. That'll genuinely be fucked up.
With McDonald's prices significantly rising.
You know, no glaze and pause. Like, I mean, it's hard to tell you he's sitting out, but he doesn't look like he's out of shape. You know what I'm saying? For someone that is a actual president of, we're talking about the president of McDonald's, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what's funny is that they made this graphic that claims to debunk a bunch of myths, while claiming that the facts state that they have only raised their prices by 20 to 40% since 2019. Like, they put this obnoxious claim as a myth.
Yo, McDonald's, bring back the 24-hour breakfast. What's wrong with y'all, bro? Please.
McDonald's medium fries.
We need 24-hour McDonald's breakfast and 24-hour Walmart to come back in 20. Bro, I guarantee 2026, if that comes back, bro, that's going to be the best year ever. Yo, the world will finally be at peace once McDonald's and Walmart has 24 hours of their breakfast for the McDonald's and then the Walmart.
Increased by 138%, just to attempt to soften the blow when they say that the fact is that the average price of a medium fries was a 44% increase. Like, we're supposed to be like, oh, only a 44% increase for fries that are soggy, cold, and take 20 minutes to get? That's so much better than 138%. The reality is that fast food has entirely changed its value proposition to customers in America. It's no longer about being cheap. It's about being lazy. A professor of marketing at Johns Hopkins said, these chains are not charity organizations. They're not trying to serve cheap food to people who are complaining about high prices. They're trying to get people who have either stopped going to the store or never went there. I suspect the value pricing approach is working for McDonald's. Okay. So, they killed the vibes, ruined the taste, charged way too much money. Is it at least still fast? Well, kinda. The speed of service has drastically decreased as Americans become more dependent on the drive-thru. America runs on urgency. Our cities are built to drive around, not stop and hang out in. Our work weeks are packed, our commutes are long, and our breaks are short. Everything in our culture tells us to move faster, work more, and consume more. So we designed an entire meal experience around not having to stop moving. Pull up in your car, order before you speak to a person, get your food in a brown bag, and don't even look inside until you're already merging onto the highway, and stuff the fries down your throat with one hand while the other is on the wheel. Drive-thrus aren't about convenience. They're a survival mechanism for a society that doesn't have time to sit down. But now even that convenience is starting to collapse. What used to be a 3 to 5 minute pit stop has turned into a 15+ minute wait behind a line of frustrated drivers.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, y'all niggas need to start going inside and getting y'all food, bruh. The drive-thru should not be looking like, yo, bro, I think about maybe 2 weeks ago I went to McDonald's, but that drive-thru was no joke like 19, 20 minutes. I don't even know also, but like, bro, it just like, bro, why is it so, bro, y'all get y'all lazy asses out the car and go take a few steps and walk inside and order your food and let me be in the drive-thru, bro. Damn.
Even places like In-N-Out are facing major problems with lines that literally cause traffic on the highways next to them. Pretty much every Chick-fil-A I've ever been to. Oh,
don't even start it with Chick-fil-A, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I've been DoorDashing Chick-fil-A. Maybe a few times I'll go to, when I got time. Like, bro, it's so unbearable, bro. Go inside and order the food, man.
Lunchtime has 2 rows of 20+ cars bumper to bumper. Many locations are trying to combat these frustrating wait times by having staff walk around with iPads so you can get that somewhat satisfaction that your order is being taken care of, but it doesn't make the food come out any faster. Now, you might think that removing drive-thrus in some locations or incentivizing walk-ins would somehow speed things up, but fast food restaurants have done their homework. Research shows that 47% of US consumers would simply avoid going to a store store that doesn't have a drive-thru, and twice as many people prefer using the drive-thru to going in store. And that's because of the American go culture, as well as us not prioritizing eating as a meaningful experience. It's just another task to check off the list. Meals in other countries are a cultural staple, a time to slow down, talk, share, and connect. Americans treat eating as something you do out of necessity between meetings, in traffic, or while staring at your phone. And I'm talking to you, who's literally eating a meal while watching this right now.
Why are you trying to press me? I'm not even eating nothing, bro. Damn.
Obsession with quick service, combined with fast food's obsession with margins, is slowly turning these restaurants into massive robotic garages, like this concept released by Taco Bell in 2022 for their new vision for making service easier than ever before, or the new designs Chick-fil-A is rolling out that prioritize quick service, or Jimmy John's cutting down the size of their...
Jimmy John's is wilding for this, bro. Yo, what? It looks cool, but it's like...
restaurant to resemble more of a studio apartment. To make it even more streamlined, restaurants are releasing AI menu stands that replace human staff members.
That's
and
crazy.
The responses have been mixed, with some customers praising the decision and others arguing this is one step further in the wrong direction. So correct orders and no more attitudes for no reason? More jobs with human contact are going away. With fast food restaurants doing everything they can to make service seamless and Americans demanding even more convenience, how far away are we from a robotic arm extending from a building and just dumping the food right into our mouths? But as
What? No, bro, I see what he was saying, bro, but he was just so serious.
As the future looks,
bro,
there is a way to fight this. There is a way to demand change, get better quality food, better prices, better speeds, and an all-around better experience. The solution is quite simple, and it's being implemented all over the world. Fast food is better outside of America, not just by opinion, but by design. Many nations have stricter regulations on food quality, preservatives, and sourcing. In places like Japan, France, or Germany, the ingredients are often fresher, the portions are more balanced, and the presentation is far more respectful of the dining experience.
Really?
But this change didn't necessarily happen out of respect, it was by force. Like in France, when 5 activist farmers tore down a McDonald's that was being built in the southern town of Malawi in August 1999. They handed out Roquefort cheese at the protest, which they said was to denounce US import restrictions and hormone-treated beef. But this was a calculated attack. In that same week, French farmers dumped 6 tons of manure on a McDonald's restaurant in Arles. This was a symbol of resistance against American food imperialism and the spread of unhealthy, standardized meals.
Wow.
And it wasn't just about the food, they were defending culture, agriculture, and tradition. And it worked. French consumers began demanding locally sourced ingredients, and McDonald's responded. Today, around 75% of the food served in McDonald's France is sourced domestically. Now, this doesn't mean go and destroy your local McDonald's, but it is proof that a protest goes a long way. Also, McDonald's Europe became the first food service retailer in many markets to sell Marine Stewardship Council certified sustainable fish. The MSC is widely considered the gold standard certification for sustainable wild-caught seafood. Because if they did not meet these standards, then European countries would simply not allow them to serve fish. In India, they mostly don't serve beef or pork items due to religious values held by the citizens. In China, they serve taro pies. Taro is a plant native to Southeast Asia whose roots and leaves are used for food in this region. In Saudi Arabia, 100% of their menu must be halal. Therefore, all products served at McDonald's restaurants are inspected and approved by local authorities and Islamic inspectors at the countries of export. The point is, McDonald's and other fast food restaurants will abide by socio-cultural, religious, food preferences, and environmental factors, or they will simply not be allowed to serve food in that country. And they might even complement the country with a vibey atmosphere. They'll serve food in decommissioned planes in New Zealand, a colorful building pagoda in China, or a ski up in Sweden. The end result, better service, better food, better vibes, and customers who treat eating as something worth sitting down for. All of these point to the fact that fast food restaurants can still be colorful, fun, cheap, and have the best quality food available for their meals. It's just that they only change when people finally start to walk away. This is not the answer you want, but it is the truth. Sure, the buildings are gray and bland. Sure, the service is slow. Sure, the food doesn't taste as good and corporate greed is driving up the price. But you can protest protest. You can just stop going, and they will be forced to resort back to the things that made these restaurants special in the first place. But until most of us refuse to order from these fast food restaurants, then nothing is going to change.
Hey man, Patrick CC, what a great ass video. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Bro, there's a lot of key things to really like sit up here and like just think about, man. Like, I mean, bro, at the end of the day, we shouldn't even be really eating fast food. Like, and I just feel like with them making the buildings like gray, you know, and black and white and soulless and stuff like that, it's just gonna drive more people away. Or really, would it really? I mean, because at the end of the day, people only want to worry about the taste. They only care about the taste. So, I mean, comment down below, man. Where do y'all see where fast food will be going in the next 10 to 15 to 20 years? Do you think they're going to start to go back to that like nostalgic look on how it looked really artistic and stuff like that? Or you think they're just going to continue to not really give a fuck and just continue to just put out whatever low quality food they can do?